All right, let's unpack this. Today, we're focusing on a city that it just keeps coming up in our research. It's a surprising heavyweight in the whole global relocation conversation. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a place our sources are repeatedly calling, and I think this is a great phrase, Asia's best kept secret for extended stays.
It is a compelling idea.
Yeah.
For so long, the spotlight has been on places like, say, Singapore or Hong Kong.
Of course.
But KL seems to have found this sweet spot. It delivers an outstanding quality of life and modern infrastructure, but without the prohibitive costs you see in those other cities.
Right. It's this incredible blend of affordability and convenience.
Exactly.
And that's our mission today. We want to give you the shortcut to understanding the mechanics behind this shift. This deep dive is for you, the learner, especially if you're a professional, maybe an entrepreneur, looking to really maximize your lifestyle in Asia.
And we've basically distilled all the material into three pillars. First, the value. Unmatched affordability, particularly in housing. Second, its role as a massive global travel hub. And third, the quality of life and the surprisingly smooth cultural integration, which is all supported by really world-class healthcare.
Let's start with that first pillar then, the foundation of the whole argument, the economics. Because for any long-term stay, that value for money question it's the make or break factor.
It really is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the reason KL is this sort of secret weapon is purely down to relative cost. The core finding is that your money just stretches so much further here than in almost any other major city in the world.
So you're not sacrificing comfort.
Not at all. You're achieving a high standard of living because the day-to-day costs, groceries, eating out, transport, are all surprisingly low.
The reports almost suggest something counterintuitive. You can live this modern, comfortable life in a global capital and not be constantly worried about your bank account.
Yes. And a huge part of how they achieve that lies in the specialized long-term rental market. The solution that professionals and expats point to again and again is the service department in Kuala Lumpur, or SAK.
The SAL. So tell us more about that structure. For someone planning, say, a 6-month or year-long stay, why is that the sweet spot?
Well, service departments are basically purpose-built for this kind of thing. Think about it. Fully furnished living spaces, often with a kitchenette, laundry in the unit.
Okay, so all the basics are covered.
All the basics, and sometimes even housekeeping is included in the rent. It just eliminates all that friction of moving.
Right. No buying furniture, no setting up utilities, no complicated leases.
Exactly. It's a plug-and-play solution. And that's why organizations that help with corporate moves and business travel recommend them so often.
That structural ease is huge. But let's talk numbers, because sometimes convenient just means expensive.
And that's where it gets really interesting. For a modern, well-located studio service department, our materials estimate the monthly rent is somewhere between $600 and $900 US.
$600 to $900.
Yep. Or about 2,500 to 4,000 in Malaysian ringgit.
Wow, that is an astonishing range for a capital city with skyscrapers and high-speed rail.
It really is. And if you need more space, one-bedroom apartment in a prime location, that's maybe 800 to 1,200 US dollars a month.
So about 3,500 to 5,500 ringgit.
Correct. And what's fascinating is that the sources all confirm that negotiation is common, especially for a longer stay. You can often get a pretty significant discount.
Okay, so you get the convenience, you get the low price. What about the amenities? Are we talking about a basic apartment block?
No, and that's what compounds the value. These prices almost always include access to premium facilities, things that would be expensive, separate subscriptions somewhere else.
Like what?
We're talking world-class swimming pools, fully equipped gyms, high-speed internet, all bundled into that rental rate. KL lets you access a luxury package without the luxury price tag.
So the financial freedom you get from those low costs is kind of the defining feature. But what does that actually unlock for someone living there? I know the materials kept coming back to KL's location.
They did, and this is where we move from saving money to leveraging location. KL isn't just an affordable place to live.
It's a launch pad.
It's an absolute game changer for anyone who loves to travel.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because it acts as this phenomenal, fantastic launch pad for exploring the whole region. And that's all tied to the AirAsia hub, right?
That's right. Kuala Lumpur is the main operational hub for this huge low-cost airline. And that just fundamentally changes the math on Asian travel. Flying to places like Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, it becomes almost trivial, super easy, and super cheap.
The comparison they used in the materials really stuck with me. A round-trip flight to Bangkok can genuinely cost less than ordering a couple of cocktails and an entree at a nice restaurant back home.
It's true. And when travel is that accessible, it encourages you to go exploring every weekend. You are centrally located in a region that is just bursting with unique experiences. From the temples of Angkor Wat to the diving spots off Borneo, most of it is just a 1 to 4 hour flight away.
And it's not just regional travel. The main airport, KLIA, means you're not cut off from the rest of the world either.
That global reach is crucial, especially for professionals. KLIA has direct flights to a surprising number of major cities. You can fly direct to the UK, Turkey, New Zealand.
Wow.
It means that while you're enjoying this affordable base in Southeast Asia, you are absolutely not isolated. KL connects directly to over 50 destinations worldwide.
So we've got financial freedom and global mobility. That's a powerful combination. But settling in long term, I mean, that takes more than just cheap flights. You have to feel welcome.
And what's fascinating here is the social ease of it all. KL is a genuine multicultural melting pot. It's this dynamic blend of Malay, Chinese, and Indian influences, plus so many others.
And you see that everywhere, I assume. The food, the festivals.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
The food scene is just incredible, and there's a constant rotation of festivals all year.
A newcomer might worry about a language barrier, though. How steep is that cultural transition, really?
It's not nearly as steep as in many other Asian cities. Malaysians are known for being really warm and approachable, which immediately helps.
That's a huge plus.
But the biggest factor, the one that really smooths out daily life, is that English is widely spoken.
Widely?
Oh yeah, in business, in shops, in tourist areas, and critically in the healthcare system. You can function effectively from day one without needing to be fluent in Malay.
Okay, speaking of daily function, let's talk quality of life. The climate. The reports mention year-round tropical weather, which sounds amazing, but also maybe a bit intense.
It is tropical for sure. It averages about 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 29 Celsius, so you could be outdoors constantly. But here's the thing, the sources highlight tropical means high humidity. The reason it works so well is that the city's infrastructure is designed for it. High-rise living means efficient air conditioning is standard. And the city has these extensive covered walkways to shield you from the sun and the frequent short tropical rain showers.
That makes sense. The city itself compensates for the weather. And what about green space? It's a huge, dense city.
It is, but it strikes a great balance. You've got accessible, well-maintained parks right in the middle of the metropolis. And KL is right next to these huge protected rainforests, so a real escape to a mountain trail is often less than an hour's drive away.
And one last critical point, healthcare. For anyone moving long-term, that's non-negotiable.
And KL's reputation here is excellent. The city has world-class hospitals and clinics with modern technology. Many of the doctors are internationally trained, in the UK, Australia, or the US.
And the language barrier isn't an issue there either?
Nope. English is commonly spoken by medical staff, which removes a massive barrier to getting top-tier care. That reassurance is just invaluable.
Okay, so that really covers the why. The economics, the travel, the quality of life. Now let's get practical. You're sold, you decide to move. How do you find that perfect SAKL and pick a neighborhood?
Well, the search is simplified because the focus for expats and professionals is so heavily on those service departments.
Because of the perks.
Exactly. The pool, the gym, the security, and they're just ready to go. So that's where people look first.
Location is everything, though. Our sources broke down 3 really popular areas, and they each have a distinct feel. Let's start with the big one, Mont Kiora.
Mont Kiara is the default expat choice. It's pure convenience, lots of international schools, modern luxury condos.
So it's perfect for families.
Perfect for families who want to just drop in and have everything they need right there. Groceries, social groups, you name it.
But the sources did flag a downside. It sounds dense.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's so popular and there's so much development, the area can feel very crowded. So the trade-off for all that convenience is, it can be noisy and the traffic can be a real pain.
Okay, so if you want to avoid that intense concrete jungle vibe, what about Tamantan Dr. Ismail or TTDI?
ATDI is where you find that balance everyone is looking for. It has a much more relaxed, almost village-like atmosphere.
And the prices are better.
Generally more accessible than Mont Kiara, yeah. It still has everything you need, but it feels more local. And crucially, it has much better access to parks and those jungle trails we mentioned. A real escape valve.
And for someone who wants absolute tranquility, maybe cleaner air.
Then you look at Bukit Damansara, or Damansara Heights. This is the quieter, more affluent residential area. It's built on hilly terrain, so it's less dense.
And that means...
It often means cleaner air and these spectacular views over the city. It's the choice for someone who values privacy and quiet over being right next to a giant mall.
And finally, the last hurdle, the paperwork, visas. What are the common paths for a long-term stay?
This is vital, but we have to stress the rules are always shifting, so you have to check. The standard route for work is the employment pass. But for a long time, people looking to retire or just live there used to rely on the Malaysia My Second Home program, the MM2H.
Right, and that program has become a bit volatile recently.
Very. The sources note some significant changes. They've increased the financial requirements, how much you need in liquid assets, your monthly income.
So it's tougher to get now.
The program is still there, but the bar is much, much higher than it was a few years ago.
So the key takeaway is verify the latest rules directly with Malaysian immigration before you make any plans.
Absolutely. But the bottom line is still that the ease of finding a furnished Seki L and the lack of a language barrier, it makes the actual move remarkably straightforward compared to a lot of other places.
So what does this all mean? We've looked at the data, the lifestyle, the logistics, and KL has made a pretty powerful case for itself.
It means that title, Asia's best kept secret, really holds up. When you put it all together, the affordability, the amazing food, the easy travel, the friendly people, KL offers a quality of life that is just. It's hard to beat dollar for dollar anywhere in the world.
The ability to access world-class amenities and travel while actually saving money.
It's a powerful, almost unique combination.
It sounds like a genuine option for achieving financial freedom just by choosing the right location.
It does. And if you can get that permanent vacation spot feeling, but with excellent health care and serious savings potential, it really raises an important question for all of us today.
Which is?
In a world of rising costs, should the measure of a quality life prioritize location and savings over just maximizing your income? Perhaps the real secret of KL is realizing that you don't actually have to compromise on comfort or lifestyle to achieve significant financial freedom abroad.
That is something worth mulling over.